Hey, welcome to Soul Path Astrology. I am Desiree, your intuitive counselor here, and welcome to this week's Astro Report with the Astro Weather and three-card tarot spread. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Oh, you are in the right place if you love to know what's going on astrologically so you can get a feel for what to expect and how you can best arrive. If you are on a self-love journey, if you are on an evolutionary path, if you just know there's something within you that just seems to know what you need to know and you want to learn more about how to tap into that and grow and just really get really freaking good at following your inner guidance, you are in the right place. If you're returning, hey, it's so great to have you back. As always, I'm so grateful to see you again. Before I jump in, I do want to invite you, if you haven't yet, do hit that like button, hit subscribe so you don't miss a single episode. And by all means, share with your friends if you think they might find value in this to help the whole channel grow and just spread the love. Okay. So, quick housekeeping, how this channel works. I am going to do a little bit of astrology. We're going to talk about what to expect energetically over the coming week. We're going to have a little grounding meditation so we can arrive in the space together, create a collective energetic presence and container. From there, you'll have the opportunity to select one, two, or three cards, and then I will timestamp those, and you can jump ahead or watch all three or two or whatever you want to do with those. And usually at the end, there's a little closing something, something, a little downloaded nugget of wisdom that you can take with you. So I do encourage you to watch right to the very end to get that sweet little piece of goodness to take forward. Okay, so Astros, let's talk about what's going on. This is August 26th to September 1st-ish. Where should we start? Well, the new moon was on the 23rd, new moon in Virgo. Did anyone else feel some stuff shaking? New moons are about new beginnings. And there is something particularly special about, so the Virgo, this new moon, we're actually going to have two Virgo new moons. This one is at 0 degrees Virgo. The next one is going to be in September. That's going to be at 29 degrees Virgo. So this is a really potent energy that's like brewing between these two moons that are going to be affecting us as we go forward. This is like purity and honesty and integrity and having a high level of like mental decluttering, emotional decluttering, energetic decluttering, getting really practical. So this is, even though the new moon was on the 23rd, it's influencing this week, and you're going to see it influencing next week, and you're going to be seeing it influence a couple more weeks. So and it was also the catalyst for the beginning of eclipse season. So expect some big upheavals, some big changes. Stuff that's not serving you is really going to be coming up for you to allow it to fall away, to strengthen. Maybe you've been looking to strengthen your integrity, your courage to speak your truth, your connection to that inner guidance system, and then acting from that. So that's sort of what's going to be brewing. That energy is in here. And then so the 25th, yesterday, Leo or Venus moves into Leo. And that was Venus in Leo is very showy. Venus in Leo is like, it's fiery, it's exciting. Maybe you have some new love interests. Maybe you have just a new passion for like a passion project. Maybe there's some new creative endeavors that are coming on board. Venus is all about beauty and art and love and warmth and all of these things. So maybe something like that is coming into illuminating in the Leo energy. Really enjoy that. And she's busy. So today, Neptune, which is in retrograde, Uranus and Pluto are all chatting it up with Venus. She is in opposition to Pluto, so that's a little bit of tension, but it is trining Neptune and is in a sextile to Uranus. And so what does that mean? Well, what it means is there's some disruption going on in your love life, that maybe there's some unexpected Pluto twists or turns, new beginnings, or maybe some endings. Maybe you are the bearer of some unexpected news, or maybe you're going to be receiving some unexpected news. But that's definitely what's going on. As we move forward to build this more beautiful world our hearts know is possible, we have to start gathering the parts for that. And garage sailing the parts that no longer serve us to that end. And so, right now, and as we come more and more into eclipse season, this is like a demand. There's going to be things happening that are just, your old way of just going along to get along, or to just sweep things under the rug and not deal with it. Like, those methods aren't working anymore. And that's really like palpable right now. Like, it's in alignment, in alignment, in alignment, in alignment, in alignment. If it's not, then it's going to be crunchy. It's going to be uncomfortable. You're going to get symptoms very quickly about being out of alignment. So for some people, that's like illness, or like a flare up of a skin condition, or headaches, or suddenly that old injury that hasn't been bugging you forever suddenly comes back. These are clues. These are beautiful opportunities. And I'm not a medical doctor, and please don't take this, in exchange of medical advice or naturopathic medicine or whatever. But in my personal experience, I have noticed that my body often talks to me and shows me when I'm out of alignment by giving me physical symptoms, whether that's an illness or an injury, or just like, often it's just in my gut, it's a digestive issue, or it's a tightness. Instead of masking it, I've been learning, and I suggest you try this out too if you're on your path, about slowing down and asking that part what it has to tell you. Like, what do you need to know? A really potent activity that you could do is journal and ask your highest self, like free write, you know, what do I most need to hear right now? What do I know I need to know that I don't want to know? And just free write the answer. It is so powerful to talk to your divine self, talk to God, talk to the universe, talk to whatever archetype is appealing to you right now. Like Neil Donald Walsh's Conversations with God. Well, you can do that with any archetype within you. You can, pick Kali, pick a dark goddess if you want, pick Venus, maybe like Venus. What do I most need to know about myself right now? What can I align with that would be most beneficial for me to be able to fully express your archetype of love and harmony and beauty, stuff like that. It is incredible what is within you as far as your capacity to connect to your wisdom, and writing like that is such a great way to connect. So I would highly recommend that this week, as we have this Venetian energy that's just so supercharged with these planets. 28th are Neptune, which is still in retrograde, so very internalized. Sextiles Uranus itself. This is disruptive. This is out of the box thinking. This is like, what would benefit from a change of perspective? What would benefit in your life from just approaching it from a completely different way, and just really giving yourself permission to try something in a different way, to get unstuck, and to give yourself permission to make mistakes, trusting that whatever decision you're making, it's either going to land as feel like the correct one, or you make a different decision that feels incorrect. And in that helps direct you towards what's best for you. So that's why there's no way to screw this up. As long as you're always checking in for the feedback, you're either getting that yes, open, yes, this was it was a yes, or you do the thing and you get a, oh shoot, that was a no. Either way, either choice is correct, as long as you act upon that impulse, the yes or the no. So if it's a no, redirect. If it's a yes, lean even more in. Trust that, practice that. That's a really powerful thing to do this week. What else can I mention? September 1st. So Saturn goes retrograde back into Pisces. This is maybe the biggest thing going on for the next 5 months. And so whatever was happening for you over the last, oh shit, I want to say 7 years. It's been a long time that that Saturn was in Pisces, and then it finally moved out. It moved into Aries, and now it's retrograding for one final kick at the cat into Pisces again. And so depending on where this falls in your chart, which is going to have to do with your birth time, that area of life is getting one last redo, one last relook, one last rewrite. And so it's like anything that you have been working on for an exceedingly long time, like 7 years, 14 years, 21 years, 28 years, it's 7-year cycles. Whatever pattern that is finally coming up to be released. Like, as long as you lean in and you allow it to release. But like, there is this beautiful final karmic conclusion. Saturn is all about karma. This is its last Like, this is the stuff you've been working on forever. For me, it falls in my seventh house of relationships. And I, like, as soon as I looked, I was like, oh, yeah, like, here it is. Right. And so, is it your money? Is it your relationships? Is it your job? Is it your physical health? Is it your creative expression? Is it your self expression? Right. I mean, depending on, like I said, there's 12 different sections of our lives that this could be falling in, depending on your birth time. And if you want to deep dive into that and have a look, it would be my pleasure to do so. You can find a link to my calendar below in the description and in the comments, and we can certainly look that up for you and do some spelunking, some cave dwelling, and find out what's going on in there for you. But yeah, that would definitely be the big one. Trust the process on this. There's always this invitation when life is inviting us into change to lean into it as much as we might want to resist it. If you can stretch and soften, pray for grace, pray for guidance, pray for connection to your inner guidance system. Play the what if game, but stack it in your favor. So instead of what if this horrible thing happens or what if that horrible thing happens, what if it's even easier than you think? What if it goes even smoother than you anticipate? What if it turns out it's an even better happy ending than you anticipated? Play with that. I invite you to play with that in whatever area of your life came to mind when I said you've probably been dealing with this maybe your whole life. But this particular issue has just been at this karmic issue. It's finally coming up for resolution, integration, and we can finally move into another chapter, a new iteration. So yeah, hope that landed. I think we'll conclude the astros on that one. So let's jump in right now to a lovely, beautiful guided meditation. It'll just be short. I do invite you to close your eyes or soften your eyes. Arrive in this space with me. We're going to use breath to relax and attune our nervous systems, to arrive back here in our bodies in this time and place and space. Starting with an exhale. Big, deep inhale. Pause at the top and exhale with an audible sigh. Letting your brow relax. Your shoulders fall from your ears. Your jaw soften. Deep inhale. Pause, audible exhale. Last one, noticing your sit bones. Noticing your breath as you deeply inhale, hold, and exhale. You have nowhere to be and nothing to do in this moment, but arrive here now. And when you're ready, I invite you to open your eyes and arrive back in the space with me. Hi. Okay, so here's your 3 card choices. Card 1, card 2, and card 3. Okay, card number 1. If this was your selection, this is what you got. The Hanged Man. Boop, 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 boop. There's actually 2 of the 3 cards are major arcana. So this is an intense reading this week, you guys, for the cards. This is major arcana. I always joke, I say it's when the universe is talking to us in all caps. So the Hangman is about surrender. There's a quality of like, let go and let God here. A quality of sometimes you need a change in perspective with the Hangman. Often it arrives in a reading when there's this sense of trying to play chess with the universe, the if then, well, if I do this and then that might happen and then well then I need to plan for that and then and trying to guess, what the next moves are going to be. And the Hangman is inviting you to just show up for what's real. Just meet yourself where you actually are right now and act from there. Let go, surrender the process. This isn't about plotting or planning. This is about just arriving for what's real and trusting that the chips are going to fall where they need to. It's this invitation into just pausing, calming that frenetic mind that's always trying to figure it all out. And invite in a change in perspective. Invite in the unknown. Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, what's going on astrologically. These are ideas out of left field. This is unexpected turn of events. Just invite that in. Maybe it can be easier than you thought. Just sit in the archetype of altered perspective, serenity, surrender, and trusting that if something feels hung up, if it feels like it's not moving forward, that there's something about the divine timing on that you can just trust. So there's card 1. Card 2. This was yours. Here is what you got. The 5 of Pentacles. Oh, the 5 of Pentacles. In the traditional imagery, it's 2 beaten up people with band-aids and crutches. They look like they're homeless. They're outside a church and the window's all lit up, all warm. And the 5 of Pentacles is an invitation into asking you if you are having poverty consciousness right now, if you feel left out in the cold, if you're afraid of financial support, if you're feeling like the universe has forgotten you. The card is inviting you to remember that it's right there, that window. You're being invited back home, back into abundance, back into warmth, security, kindness. It's within. You are not nearly as left out, as bereft, or as destitute as maybe you feel. And maybe how might this tie into that first card of a change in perspective being what you need? Can you trust that you're worthy of more? The 5 of Pentacles asks you, where are you holding still to the pattern, to the story, to the belief, that thread in your personal tapestry that you can only, this is as good as it's going to get? Or that if you were to let go, that nothing better would arrive in its stead, or that it's your fate to just always suffer, to always just barely be making do, or worse, where you're just always having to beg, right? Where can you return and find and attune to a sense of abundance, of being held, of being warmth, of overabundance, of a generosity of spirit, knowing yourself so worthy of that, not because you've earned it through any doing, but simply as a child of the universe. Your bones are made of stardust. You're breathing the same breath as your ancestors, of some of the most incredible, of Jesus, of the Buddha, of Mary Magdalene. We're all breathing the same air and drinking the same water that everyone who has been before us and everyone who will come after us partakes in. You are made of stardust. You are already a miracle made manifest, and the 5 of Pentacles is reminding you of this. Find where you can tap into that authentically and connect with it. If you'd like help holding that resonance, holding that note so that you might attune to it, I would love to help. As always, you can find a link to my calendar in the description. You can DM me if you just want to set up a time. I would love to help you attune to that. It's one of my deepest life's work because it helps me attune to it. So it's this mutually beneficial exercise in abundance, mutual abundance and caretaking. Okay, so that's card 2. Card 3, last but never least, if this was yours. Here you go. The Justice card, number 11. Justice asks, is there something out of balance? Justice asks, what is true for you? Like, what is your deepest truth? Justice is asking you for fairness. Maybe you're involved in a situation and you're a little bit afraid that you're not going to be treated fairly. Maybe that Five of Pentacles energy is playing into your worry around not getting your due. And the Justice card is assuring you, you will get what you're due. It all comes out. The universe operates in an equilibrium, but it will be much easier for you to receive what's fair, not if you chase after it or fight for it, but if you work within yourself to remove any barriers or blockages to its reception. The justice is, I just love leaning into it when I'm afraid that I'm going to be misrepresented or that somehow I need to keep a beady eye out on getting taken for a ride. And instead I can just trust that it's going to work out. I need to only arrive in my bare truth. This is the big one, to really arrive in my honesty with clarity, kindness, but clarity, and trust that the cards will fall where they need to, that I will be treated fairly, that the more that I can operate in alignment from that truthful place, the more things will come to me that just naturally fall into place, which doesn't mean it's always rainbows and unicorns and sunshine, but it fits. There's a sense of satisfaction, or of like, even when it's hard, it evokes a sensation of devotion. You can stay committed to it because you stepped into it in integrity, in alignment. And the Justice card is just asking you, where might you be slightly out there, and inviting you back into alignment. Is there a place in your life you're saying yes where you need to say no? That is another thing of the Justice card. Is there something in the misalignment, which is your body asking you to say no, your heart asking you to say no, your energy, your gut needs you to say no, but you're afraid to? The Justice card is asking you to align with that no. Be kind about its expression, but be direct and hold that. Trust it'll be okay. It might even be better than you expect. So I hope that landed. Card 3. If you want a deep dive, if you want a sacred container to explore yourself in, to attune and find your own connection to your deeper inner guidance system, to have someone help hold space for your own growth, to suggest some alternative points of view just to get your own creative faculties going, I'm here for that. You can find my calendar link in the description, and obviously in the comment section, and you can certainly just DM me. One last final thing, and here's my sort of a final takeaway. There is somebody impersonating my page right now. I really want to invite you, really be mindful of the name. Make sure it's Soul Path Astrology and that it is spelt correctly. I will never ask you for money prior to booking a reading with me. And there'll be lots of branding with those links. So do make sure that it's me and not somebody impersonating me. I would hate for you to get taken for a ride there. Yeah. Trusting your instincts, trust your gut. Know that there is no better guidance system than your own, and that you do deserve to be supported and loved. Allow that Venetian energy that is aflame this week to light your way. Follow your delight, follow your energy, follow your yes, follow your excitement. Find what lights you up and just do a little bit more of that this week. I love you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this. Please do leave me a comment if any of this landed. Share with friends and family. And like I say, please subscribe if you haven't yet, and grow the channel with us. The more of us, the merrier. With love, I will see you next Tuesday. Bye for now.